Is my husband a good husband? That may be easier to answer than you have thought about. I'm Paul Friedman. I'm founder of the Marriage Foundation. I used to be a divorce mediator. In 2001, a couple asked me to help them save their marriage instead of taking it to court and dividing the assets. In those days, everyone believed firmly that communication was the most essential part. And I was a communication expert, of course, because in order to divide assets without fighting and all of that, you need to be. But then when I did a study of marriage and what marriage is really all about, in order to help this first clients that I had who came to me for a divorce, I had to look at marriage differently. I'm not a Western psychologist. I'm not a psychologist of any kind. I wanted to help them. And so I looked at it from this perspective. I said, well, why is it that you want to be married at all? Not that you fell in love and that's why you became his wife and all of that. We know that. You know that. But what you don't realize is that you got married for a very simple, obvious reason. You wanted to be happier. And so did your husband. And now here you are asking, is my husband a good husband? The question to really ask is my heart open to my husband? Am I a loving wife? Because if you're giving all of your love, and I'm not talking about you do the dishes, you watch the kids, you're even contributing to the household expenses. Unfortunately, everyone has to these days. But you see, if your husband is filled with that love, and you can't do it by changing this or doing that on the outside. It has to come from within. But if your husband is being fulfilled, then he's enjoying the kind of happiness that you can't have by getting a new car or getting a raise at work. That kind of happiness only comes from love. And you know what? You're giving him love is going to make you happy. It isn't going to make him happy, but then he will be inspired to love you, and that will make him happy. What constitutes a good husband? A good husband is not one who picks up the kids on time or remembers your anniversary. A good husband loves you with all of his heart, mind, and soul, and would do anything to protect you, to please you, to make you feel like you're his queen. That's what a good husband is. How does he get there? He gets there through art and laws of reciprocation. When you love him like he's never been loved by anyone else, and that's what he felt when you were first dating, he's going to want to please you because he doesn't want to lose you. And then what he does by picking up the kids or cleaning out the garage, all of that stuff, that comes naturally. And if it doesn't, are you really going to say he's a bad husband because he missed picking up the kids on time or some other small thing? The answer is no. You know, a lot of people come to the Marriage Foundation because they heard about us through this or that, or they've watched these videos which pop up on your feed. And that's great, but they don't expect to actually learn something brand new about marriage. My suggestion is take it a step further. I've written a couple of books. I wrote Lessons for a Happy Marriage. I wrote Breaking the Cycle, and I wrote these a long time ago, but they're still doing very well. Why is that? Because it's a true study of marriage and how to behave in it. Now, if your marriage is in trouble, those books may not be enough. And in that case, we have an online course for women. We also have an online course for men. But don't go to your husband and say, hey, I'm doing this. You want to do this with me? Go to the website and you'll see one of our number one educational pieces is that you alone working on yourself to work on your marriage is the fastest and best way to turn your marriage into the Garden of Eden that it's meant to be. I'm so glad that you stopped by. Leave a comment if you want. Leave a question in the comments. That happens often, and I respond to those and I answer them. I'm Paul Friedman. I'm founder of the Marriage Foundation. I'm glad you stopped by. God bless you. Take care.